This was fun.
Wait, we haven't even had sex again yet.
I'm just not that kind of girl. I only have sex once on the first date. I'm just gonna call an Uber.
Your driver will be ready as soon as he puts on his pants.
Is your bad man?
Watch and learn, bye. Oh, gosh. I have to tell you something, bye. I've been dating this girl. She's white.
A white girl?
Hey, you can't look like you and yell white girl. It's okay. We hate terrorists.
I wonder who that could be.
I'm guessing it's a young, single Pakistani woman.
This is Zubeda.
For your files? Your X-Files? That's your favorite show, huh? The truth is out there.
Welcome to What the Flick, everybody. Ben Mankiewicz, Lonzo Duralde, Christy Lemire, The Big Sick.
Big Sick. This is a huge hit at Sundance. Massive, massive hit, massive crowd-pleasing hit, and is now coming out at New York and LA this week. It is a pretty amazing story. It sounds impossible. It sounds like too crazy, too melodramatic to be true, but it is true. It is the story of how Kumail Nanjiani and his then girlfriend, now wife, met, and how he fell in love with her when she was in a coma. Which does not sound like it would be comedy gold, but the way that Michael Showalter, who directed it, juggles various tones, and the script is from Kumail Nanjiani and his wife, Emily V. Gordon, and it's pretty amazing. It goes through their courtship, and then the coma, and then how they all react, how the family reacts, and then what happens when they all come out the other end of it. This is not a spoiler because she's alive to write a screenplay about her experience, and it's pretty extraordinary. Take a look.
There's an infection. We put her in a medically induced coma.
Coma.
You should call her family.
Thank you, Kumail. We're gonna handle things from here.
I think I'm just gonna wait anyway.
You guys broke up. I'm not sure why you're here.
I'm just gonna stay for a second. Is this seat? Okay. Is that lady still looking at me?
So, 9/11. I've always wanted to have a conversation with people.
You've never talked to people about 9/11?
I'm still standing. I'm still.
Want to do anything? You got any parlor games?
No, I've
You
never.
ever play it? You can't rhyme it? You try to find a word that nobody can rhyme.
Okay.
And then-
Stonehenge.
Yeah, see, you would win.
Yeah.
If you go, then go with me.
I think I screwed up with your daughter.
Yeah, you did.
Won't you take me?
Let me give you some advice, Kumail. Love isn't easy. That's why they call it love.
I don't really get that.
I know. I thought I could just start saying something and something small would come out.
I like this movie.
Yeah.
I like this movie. I wish I had not heard 6 months worth of people who had saw it at Sundance who talked about it like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I walked out of that feeling the same way too, because there is a lot of hype, and it reminds me of movies like Sideways, which are lovely and small. When you discover them early, you feel like, oh, I found this wonderful, lovely, small thing, and then you talk it up, and people go, yeah, it was good.
Goodbye.
The more I thought about it, the more impressed I was with how many different kinds of movie this is, all crammed into one, and the way it makes these really, really tough tonal shifts with great grace. And it finds that laughter through tears sweet spot several times. I did not cry, but I can see how others might.
Yeah.
And it finds that really, really tough balance. I hate to compare it to something like prime James L. Brooks, but it's going for that, and it's approaching that. Michael Showalter also directed Hello, My Name is Doris a couple years ago, which you did not like. But that also had a similar mix of tones,
Right.
because it's a romantic comedy. Right? It is also a movie about a serious illness. It is a movie about cultural and generational clashes, because Kumail is Pakistani and his family wants him to have a traditional arranged marriage, and he's dating this white woman that no one can know about. And so it seems like it'd be like a wacky kind of family culture clash. But there's great truth to that. And it's a drama. It's a drama about evolving under really extraordinary, dire circumstances. And it's all those things at various moments in time in a way that I was really impressed by. And I always found great truth to these people's incredible experiences.
I wish I liked all of the things that it was attempting to be. I think some of them it nails really well. I think the comedy stuff is very strong. I think the family immigration stuff is really strong. I didn't always buy the drama, at least not when it involves Kumail Nanjiani. I didn't think he was always as strong as a dramatic actor as he is doing the comedy stuff. That said, I love Holly Hunter and Ray Romano as Emily's parents. Emily, by the way, played by Zoe Kazan, who spends much of the movie in a coma.
Right, but the fact that you feel her presence even when she is in the hospital bed, I think says a lot to what she does during her time on screen.
Although it does turn this into another movie about a guy's sort of spiritual growth and maturity while at the expense of a woman who is literally like comatose for like 2/3 of the running time.
What is the other movie you're thinking of?
No, it's just that's an ongoing trope where it's like where women suffer or women die so that men can like
so that we can grow up,
find their feelings or whatever.
But she's not like a pushover. She establishes herself early on as like
absolutely
smart,
no. She's a capable character. I give you all that. And again, I like this movie. I'm not shitting on this movie. I just don't know that it is the thing that it's been sold to me since Sundance, because it's a Judd Apatow production, and like many Judd Apatow productions, it could lose a good 20 minutes.
That is the
It's a full 2 hours. It does not need to be.
It's 119 minutes, and that is I reviewed it for RogerEbert.com, and that's like the one drawback I have for it is like it could be a little tighter there toward the end, right?
Sure.
At least I would say 10 minutes. Maybe trim out 10
Film
minutes.
festival.
15.
Okay.
Film festivalitis is a real thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like it happened, like at Telluride, people went so like it happened about La La Land in Telluride over those 4 days. That if you saw it Thursday night or Friday, you were overjoyed. By Saturday, we're like, well, it wasn't quite what I thought it was, because people are like on the gondola and everything. They're like, oh my God, right?
I mean, and it's not always the case. Like I remember, I was at Sundance the year of the Blair Witch Project. Everybody kept telling me, oh my God, the Blair Witch Project. So I finally saw it like the very end of the festival, one of the last screenings. I was like, all right. What do you got?
Impress me.
It worked, So
also, this movie is. I'm sorry, really fast. I forgot to mention. Besides the stuff with his family, he also, as a Pakistani-born man living in the United States in these times, like he's subjected to racism that is both casual and pointed, and they handle that in ways that are really smart and really funny. The Holly Hunter outburst in the comedy club is a hilarious moment, but it's also, there's truth in that, and there's an uncomfortable truth in that, and this movie is willing to explore uncomfortable truths over and over again.
I did like the moments of awkwardness. Like here's he and Emily have broken up. Then she's in a coma. He winds up at the hospital because a friend of hers is like, you're the only person we know who knows her, who isn't a student, and we've all got finals. He's there when the parents show up. The parents know that they've broken up, and they're like, why are you here? Like, and I would have liked more of that level of squirming in Beatrice at Dinner, which wanted to be that kind of comedy. It nails that stuff really well. I bought the sort of slow build of him getting into the parents' good graces, of him realizing how great Emily is while she's in a coma. Like, this weirdly reminded me of While You Were Sleeping, actually, in a lot of points.
Because she is.
So I'd say about like 85% of what this movie is trying to do, it does pretty well. And so I think if you go in thinking this is a solid indie effort with that's got a cool backstory and has some really great acting in it, then you're more likely to dig it than if you've been reading the Sundance reviews are all like, oh my God, this movie's so amazing.
I was really impressed though by Kumail Nanjiani, because I've never seen Silicon Valley, but I've seen him in a lot of movies where he's got a supporting role. And there's just this wonderful authenticity to him, this accessibility to him. And I know you weren't as wowed by his dramatic moments, but there feels like there's a no nonsense kind of like truth to him that I really found refreshing. I really like his screen presence. He and Zoe Kazan have this great chemistry from the very beginning, like, and then this ongoing kind of banter where like they're deadpan joking about how they're not actually dating each other, and they just have a lovely way with each other. But then he has to navigate various versions of himself with no matter who he is in those scenes, and I was impressed by all of that. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I was excited about it.
It is a fine film. People should totally see it. Just temper your expectations.
Yeah. Oh, also there's because he's a stand-up comic in the movie.
Bo Burnham?
No, yeah, but him too. I was gonna say all the backstage stuff with all of him and all of his friends.
A.D. Bryant.
Yeah, that was all amusing and had nice energy and helped flesh out who he is.
Totally.
And reminded me a lot of Don't Think Twice. Have you seen that? The Mike Birbiglia film. So it reminded me of that kind of like behind the scenes of people busting each other's chops. Anyway, it does a lot really well, and but I do agree that the hype
Yes.
does hurt it.
But yeah, I'm not.
It's lovely.
I want to be clear. I'm not being negative.
It's lovely.
It was oversold to me. It's a good movie. You should see it.
Is this gonna still be your number?
I'll go 7.
Okay.
I give it a 7. It is a solid effort.
I'm saying 8.8. So our number is
a 7.9.
7.9. Is it 98%, which might also inflate your expectations of it, but it is very, very good. Bye.